Hey guys, how's it going? I found another cool video. This is Al Sharpton. Of course, that's going to be fun. He's this was in March, the end of March, it's March 30th. It's political articles. So if you just type in political articles, you can find it in YouTube. But I'll leave a link on the bottom. I thought it was interesting, so I thought we'd talk about it. Let's get started.
Finally tonight, justice, not hate. Back in January of 1991, I was leading a march in Brooklyn, New York, for a 16-year-old boy who had been shot and killed in a hate crime. I was stabbed in the chest, just to the left of my heart. Later, I forgave my attacker. I went to court and asked for leniency for him. I even visited him in prison. I thought about that today when I heard some of George Zimmerman's father, what he told a local TV station.
I thought this was really cool because we're about ready to see George Zimmerman's dad speak. And Al Sharpton's trying to suggest that he was just so forgiving of this guy that stabbed him in the chest. But why is it so difficult for him to be forgiving of George? Apparently he thinks that justice is not being served when the state of Florida has a law that says if a man is being attacked and fears for his life, he has the right to defend himself, even to the point of killing the other person. And if that's what the people agree on, then that's the law. You could say that if Trayvon's family didn't like that law, they could move out. They knew about it since it was passed in 2005. Anyhow, I just thought that it was interesting that he was going to tell us how forgiving he is, and now he's going to point out how unforgiving George's father is.
I guess he would have preferred my son being beaten to death. I never foresaw so much hate coming from the president, the Congressional Black Caucus, the NAACP, every organization imaginable.
He forgot to talk about all the media, ABC, CBS, NBC, MSNBC, CNN.
Get notoriety or profit from this in some way, but there's so much hate.
No, we don't come with hate. We come with love, a love that says that we must love the country.
No, if you love the country, you would be concerned with all the other situations in the world that have been completely ignored. You're only concerned because somebody talked you into believing that there was some sort of an ill against black people. And that's basically what happened. And I believe that the media is the tool, and they're the ones that are able to stir the minds that are easily stirred.
To make sure that the Trayvons of this country are treated just like George Zimmerman is treated.
We know that Trayvon is being treated a lot better than George, just based on the fact that George was trying to defend his life, and they locked him up, took away all his money, and called him all kinds of names and put his life in danger. And now people want to kill him, so he can't even walk the streets anymore. And how are we treating Trayvon? Well, they've got him up on a pedestal as if he's an angel. Apparently, some people forget that he was committing a felony assault on George. And all the evidence that we have right now points to the facts that Trayvon attacked George.
Have one equal protection under the law practice that works for everyone. It's love. Many of us have said and done things we have found to be wrong. But when our lives was on the line, when we faced what was an attack on us, we learned that only love will sustain you. I look at that womb every morning, Mr. Zimmerman, and that's what motivates me, because I know what hate can do. And I come to stand up on this case, and many of us, because we love this country enough to correct it. If you love something, you make it better. If you just want to use it, you just let it remain the way it is.
He talks about love and forgiveness like he would be like almost like he's a reverend. But we know that really the truth is he's very angry man. He's not happy with the way it turned out, that George was freed and that the police decided that George was standing his ground and that George was free to go. And that the DA's office also looked at the case and said, absolutely stand your ground case. Have a nice day, Mr. Zimmerman. Thank you for your time. But that didn't happen the way it should have happened.
Get out of it. Let's really love the country and correct it with this case.
So now he's suggesting that by jamming this down everybody's throat and taking it outside the normal legal system and come up with something different because you're going to cause riots otherwise, because remember, that was the original reason for this. The whole reason the governor even appointed Corey was out of fear of riots, because the normal course of justice had already taken its course. And the reason the governor took it outside of that course was he had some concern that there might be racism, and that would bring the FBI and make them involved. And the FBI indeed did become involved and investigated it thoroughly for any kind of racism. In fact, found none. This reverend should go to George and his father and apologize. I mean, you got to imagine how his father felt, and for him to make this on TV as if his father was doing something wrong by pointing out how poorly they were treated by these organizations, including MSNBC. So anyhow, this is Political Articles, MSNBC, March 30th, 2012. Just so you get an idea. All right. Good talking to you guys.